Hi, I'm Dorcas. In this video, I'm going to show you how to check who has access to your WordPress website and how to give new people access to your WordPress website. So I'm logged into the dashboard, and on the left-hand side in the menu, you can see there's users. So I'm going to click users, and here I can see everybody who has access to my website. So at the moment I can see it's just me, that's my username, that's my email address, and I can see that I'm administrator. So administrator means someone who has full access to the WordPress website. If I was just an editor, then I wouldn't see as many things in the menu on the left hand side there. For example, I wouldn't see appearance, or I wouldn't see plugins, I might not see much in appearance, I might not see tools, so I would see a scaled down version. Administrator gives full access to the website. So if I want to give somebody access to this website, I click Add New. And let's say, for example, I'm paying somebody to do some work on upgrading my website or making it better. So I'm going to create a username for them. The username is case sensitive. So, for example, let's say I'm going to give John access to my website. Put the username as anything you want, just not admin. So if you put the username as admin, that's a bad idea because that's the default within WordPress, and that means that it will be easier for people to hack your website. So put the username as anything other than admin, even if you put John admin, whatever you want. So I'm just going to leave that username as John. Put in John's email address, so let's say john@websitemakers.com. The first name and last name and website, they're optional, and they only really matter if John's going to be blogging and I actually want his profile to appear on the website. So you can leave them blank if you want. The passwords, I don't bother setting the passwords or even clicking here. You can if you want, but I don't bother because when I hit Add New User, then John will automatically get an email where he can reset the password. It's better in terms of security for me not to ask him his password, or because we don't want him to send it by text or email or write it on a piece of paper where people could intercept it. It's better if I just don't know his password. So John's going to be working on this website, so I want him to have full control over this website. So I'm going to make him an administrator. So I click Add New User. And there I can see John. He's an administrator, so he has the full control as me. He can do anything that I can do. And there I can see his login username. Let's say I want to give somebody access to my website, but only someone who's going to maybe be changing text, for example, changing pages and maybe blogging and posts. So in that case, I'm not going to give them administrator access, I'll give them editor access. So I'll do that. So let's say the username is Mary, the email is mary@gmail.com. Then I don't bother clicking here, I'm leaving everything else blank. And Mary can fill in these details herself in the future. And I'm going to change this to editor, and then I click Add New User. Now let's say it's a week or two down the line, John's done all the work, I've paid him. There's no point in giving John unlimited access to my website if he's finished working on my website. So I can either delete his account so he doesn't have access to my website anymore, or I could edit his profile and I could change his role from administrator to, for example, subscriber, which wouldn't give him any control over the website. If I just click back, I could literally just delete John's access. So now John can't edit the website anymore. And maybe next year when I wanted to work with him again, then I could just go to users, add new, and create a new profile for him. It's really important to make sure that there are no extra names or extra people here who have access to your website who don't work with the company anymore or who don't need to have access to your website. And the most important thing is, if you want someone to work in your website, you don't give them your login details. You create a separate account for them. Thanks.